5. This is the first session of a project that I'm doing with Mass Effect. If you're watching this, Daddy, hi Daddy, this is for my dad, Larry. He's getting older now, and I've always told him that the Mass Effect series would be a really neat series for him to check out, because he really likes a lot of the sci-fi stuff. But it's also a video game, and I know that his patience is not very strong for video games. So I'm going to play the video game for him. Then I'm going to take this recording, make a couple of edits, and then share them with him, like either over YouTube or something a little more personal, and then he can just watch them and let him talk with them a little bit more. So the Mass Effect series is split up in a couple of different games. The important one right now is going to be the first one. If this project goes through and I get on a regular cadence, then who knows, maybe I'll commit to the second or third one. Consider it like a standard trilogy similar to Star Wars, where you start off not knowing a whole lot at the beginning, but by the time you're on Mass Effect 2 and 3, you definitely understand a lot more of the characters and the situations and stuff. If there were any prerequisites for this sci-fi series, it's just to know that this is a somewhat traditional-ish interpretation of humans, where we have Earth, but we had a big leap of technology that basically slingshotted us well beyond our at the time, like, futuristic ways of communication with intergalactic species and trade, economics, and technology and such. So the appeal of Mass Effect as a series is that you play this character who gets embroidered into a very interesting situation somewhat early. If I do my job correctly, I edit this in and out, and you pretty much see it all pan out in dialogue, and it's very strong dialogue, very well acted, very well implemented for any audience members or people just experiencing it from the outside in. There's a lot of different dynamics between the different races, the different cultures, the different technologies that they use, the different standing that they have in intergalactic politics. But the important thing is that you play this character who tries to bring a lot of other characters together for a common goal. That goal gets discovered pretty early. So other than just knowing that you're human, but then there's all these other bipedal and other type of humanoid-ish looking and sounding people, they all have their different quirks, and it gets really interesting as time goes on. Thanks for your patience on all this. I'm just going to try to play out some of the gameplay mechanics. I'll be a little bit quieter during some of it here, but I'll try to give some 2 cents as things go on a little bit further.
Secure connection confirmed.
So the humans work with the Alliance, and in the essence of this here, I'm going to create
Please log in to access your profile.
A custom character specifically named after my dad. You're going to be Larry Shepard as we do this adventure.
Warning, data corruption detected. Please reconstruct profile.
Or maybe we won't be Larry Shepard
pre-service
because
history.
we have to make a brand new character. This just deals with a couple of background details, nothing super crazy. I want to do the Earthborn one. Shepard was born in the streets of Earth, but he didn't succumb to all the
Confirm
plights and
psychological
things.
profile.
I think my dad would be a war hero. I think my dad would risk his life a lot and try to do the best that he can if he was in this physical shape.
Confirm military specialization.
This is for gameplay aspects. Most of the stuff that I'm going to cut out. Basically, the way that combat works is that you have these psychic or telekinetic abilities that can work in tandem with shooting shoot 'em up, pow, pow, as my dad likes to say. And there's a lot of different types of ways that you can use technology or your weapons and stuff. I'm just going to stick with the
Confirm
basic
facial
soldier throughout the
identification.
entire time. I do want to try to change my dad's, or at least the way that, I think that's the one that I want to start off with. Oh, wait, let's use the old one, the old dad-looking one. Yeah, this one. Kind of want to keep it just like this. All right, Daddy. I think that's gonna just keep it like that for our Larry Hill.
Profile
Nice black.
reconstruction complete.
And old, but yeah, this should start off the journey. I'm gonna try to again keep a lot of my commentary small. You let the acting and the cinematography do a lot of the weight, the heavy lifting.
Identification
And
confirmed.
almost there. I kind of want to use casual just so that I can just plow through some of the gameplay stuff. You know what? Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Because I've already played this game like 4 or 5 times across multiple different generations of video games. So this one's just for my dad. All right.
Well, what about Shepard? Earthborn, but no record of his family.
Doesn't have one. He was raised on the streets, learned to look out for himself.
He proved himself during the Blitz. Held off enemy forces on the ground until reinforcements arrived.
He's the only reason Elysium is still standing.
We can't question his courage.
Humanity needs a hero, and Shepard's the best we've got.
I'll make the call.
In the year 2148, explorers on Mars discovered the remains of an ancient spacefaring civilization. In the decades that followed, these mysterious artifacts revealed startlingly new technologies, enabling travel to the furthest stars. The basis for this technology, oh my god, I can't read fast enough! Mass Effect. Basically, humans were doing their own thing, and then they found something that was really important, and it connected us to a lot of high-speed and technical
The Arcturus Prime relays in range. Initiating transmission sequence.
Commander?
We are connected. Calculating transit mass and destination. The relay is hot. Acquiring approach vector. All stations secure for transit. Board is green. Approach run has begun. Hitting the relay in 3, 2, 1.
Thrusters, check. Navigation, check. Internal emissions sync engaged. All systems online. Drift, just under 1500K.
1500 is good. Your captain will be pleased.
I hate that guy.
Nihilus gave you a compliment. So you hate him.
You remember to zip up your jumpsuit on the way out of the bathroom? That's good. I just jumped us halfway across the galaxy and hit a target the size of a pinhead. So that's incredible. Besides, Spectres are trouble. I don't like having them on board. Call me paranoid.
You're paranoid. The Council helped fund this project. They have a right to send someone to keep an eye on their investment.
Yeah, that is the official story. But only an idiot believes the official story.
So this is the first piece of dialogue. You're going to see a lot of it during this playthrough. I'm going to try to go the Paragon route as much as possible, be like the good guy, which is mainly going to be on the top right section of most interactions. The bottom right is like the gruff, just get over with and being a little mean. This one's a little neutral, but let's go ahead and try to be the nice, kind of sympathetic, empathetic soldier guy.
They don't send Spectres on shakedown runs.
So there's more going on here than the captain's letting on.
Joker, status report.
Just cleared the mass relay, Captain. Stealth systems engaged. Everything looks solid.
Good. Find a comm buoy and link us into the network. I want mission reports relayed back to Alliance brass before we reach Eden Prime.
Aye, aye, Captain. Better brace yourself, sir. I think Nihilus is headed your way.
He's already here, Lieutenant. Tell Commander Shepard to meet me in the comm room for a debriefing.
You get that, Commander?
Is he upset?
He sounds angry. Something must have gone wrong with the mission.
Captain always sounds like that when he's talking to me.
Can't possibly imagine why.
Paragon +2 on the bottom right, you might have noticed that. This basically means that you'll gain favor one way or another as you influence the story in positive or, I want to say negative ways, constructive or aggressive ways.
You probably don't want to keep the captain waiting, Commander.
You might recognize the voice actor for Joker.
The captain's waiting for you in the comm room, Commander.
That is Seth Green. He does a lot of voices.
I just saw him. He marched by like he was on a mission.
He's a Spectre. They're always on a mission.
And we're getting dragged, right along with him.
Relax, Presley. You're gonna give yourself an ulcer.
Here's Navigator Presley.
Congratulations, Commander. Looks like we had a smooth run. You heading down to see the captain?
So on decisions like this, where it's just a binary left-right option, the right just progresses things forward, but the left usually, like, digs a little deeper, tries to better understand the situations as they're happening.
Sounds like you don't trust our Turian guest.
Sorry, Commander. Just having a chat with Adams down at engineering. I didn't mean to cause any trouble. But you have to admit, something's odd about this mission. The whole crew feels it.
Here's another example where on the top right is the good reply, bottom right is more of a just do your job, rah. But on the left you can elaborate a little bit further and dig a little deeper, get more conversation out of the game.
You think the Alliance brass is holding out on us?
If all we're supposed to do is test out the stealth system, why is Captain Anderson in charge? And then there's Nihilus. Spectres are elite operatives, top covert agents. Why send a Spectre, a Turian Spectre, on a shakedown run? It doesn't add up.
And when Investigate shows up, it adds additional options that show up a little bit later. So let's talk about the stealth systems of the Normandy, the ship that we're on.
What do you know about the stealth systems?
I just know it masks our location from scans and sensors. Cutting-edge technology. The Normandy's the only ship with this prototype drive. But why are we fully staffed? A skeleton crew would be cheaper, less chance of security leaks too. Plus there's Nihilus. It's pretty obvious this shakedown run is just a cover.
For what?
Damned if I know, Commander. We're out here on false pretenses. I'm not a fan of being left in the dark.
Do you have a problem with the captain?
No, sir. But I can't figure out what he's doing here. Captain Anderson is one of the most decorated Special Forces officers in the service. If he melted down all his medals, he could make a life-size statue of himself. You don't send a soldier like that on a do-nothing mission. He's treating this shakedown run too seriously. Something big is going on.
You don't trust Nihilus?
I don't like Turians in general. It runs in my family. My grandfather fought in the First Contact War, lost a lot of friends when the Turians hit us.
Plus, he's a Spectre. That instills a little bit of, like, doubt and scheming, so that was a long time ago. Like,
that was 30 years ago. You can't blame Nihilus for that.
Try to move on, move forward.
I guess not. But it still makes me nervous to have a Spectre on board, especially a Turian. We're an Alliance vessel, human military, but Nihilus doesn't answer to the captain like the rest of us. Spectres operate outside the normal chain of command. And they don't come along just to observe shakedown runs. Nihilus looks like he's expecting some heavy action. I don't like it.
I'll see if I can get some answers when I see him.
Good luck, Commander.
So that's one character that...
I grew up on Eden Prime, Doc. It's not the kind of place Spectres
more
visit.
Dialogue.
There's something Nihilus isn't telling us about this mission.
That's crazy. The captain's in charge here. He wouldn't take orders from a Spectre.
Not his choice, Doc. Spectres don't answer to anyone. They can do whatever they want. Kill anyone who gets in their way.
Oh, you watch too many spy vids, Jenkins.
What do you
are they
think,
about?
Commander? We won't be staying on Eden Prime too long, will we? I'm itching for some real action.
I sincerely hope you're kidding, Corporal. Your real action usually ends with me patching up crew members in the infirmary.
I should know that actress's name. She has a very distinct voice. I should have prepared a little bit further, but here we go.
You need to calm down, Corporal. A good soldier stays cool, even under fire.
Sorry, Commander, but this waiting's killing me. I've never been on a mission like this before, not one with a Spectre on board.
What can you tell me about Nihilus?
Turians are generally well respected by the other species. Their fleet has more patrols protecting Citadel space than any other. They don't always get on well with us, though. Some people find them too rigid. Others still blame them for the First Contact War. As for Nihilus, I haven't said more than 2 words to him. He usually only speaks to the captain.
I heard Nihilus once took down an entire enemy platoon all by himself. Man, I can't believe I'm on a mission with an actual Spectre.
What do you know about the Spectres?
Only what I've heard. Spectre agents work directly for the Citadel Council. They usually work alone or in small groups. Spectres don't have any official power, though. Basically, they're a shadow organization with a mandate to preserve and protect galactic stability.
Protect it at any cost. Don't forget that part. Spectres operate above the law.
There are no human Spectres.
Why don't we have any of our own people in there?
Spectres usually come from the Council races, like the Turians. We've been trying to get a human accepted into their ranks for years now. So far, it hasn't happened.
Hey, Commander, you'd make a good Spectre. You're a war hero,
Hey.
right? Held off an entire enemy fleet during the Blitz single-handed? That's the kind of talent the Spectres are looking for.
This is all just wild speculation. The Spectres aren't interested in recruiting humans, no matter how capable.
And let's talk about Eden Prime, the place that we're trying to head to now.
You're from Eden Prime, aren't you, Jenkins? What's it like?
It's very peaceful, Commander. They've been real careful with development, so you don't have any city noise or pollution. My parents lived on the outskirts of the colony. At night, I used to climb this big hill and stare across the fields back at the lights from the main settlement. It was gorgeous. But when I got older, I realized it was a little too calm and quiet for me. That's why I joined the Alliance. Even Paradise gets boring after a while.
Any idea why Eden Prime was chosen as our destination?
Not really sure, Commander. Eden Prime's one of our most stable colonies. Good place to take the Normandy for a shakedown run, I guess. No real danger there. There's gotta be something else going on. We've got a Spectre on board. That's why I'm so wound up. I can't wait for the real mission to start.
Let's do the "you'll do fine" response here.
Just treat this like every other assignment you've had and everything will work out.
Easy for you to say. You proved yourself in the Blitz. Everybody knows what you can do. This is my big chance. I need to show the brass what I can do.
And let's be careful,
You're
Jenkins.
young,
Come on.
Corporal. You have a long career ahead of you. Don't do something stupid to mess it up.
Don't worry, sir. I'm not gonna screw this up.
So now, even though we already talked about this, you can repeat dialogue further, but nothing much else to go from
The captain's waiting for me.
Goodbye, Commander.
There's the Paragon points on the right there. Captain's not here, but Nihilus is. Nihilus is a Turian. You can tell that from his, obviously, facial features.
Commander Shepard, I was hoping you'd get here first. It will give us a chance to talk.
Where's Captain Anderson?
The captain said he'd meet me here.
He's on his way. I'm interested in this world we're going to, Eden Prime. I've heard it's quite beautiful.
We just heard from Jenkins it's beautiful, so let's...
They say it's a
respond.
paradise.
Yes, a paradise. Serene, tranquil, safe. Eden Prime has become something of a symbol for your people, hasn't it? Proof that humanity can not only establish colonies across the galaxy, but also protect them. But how safe is it really?
Is that a threat? It definitely sounds a lot more intimidating, and I think my dad would say something like that. That's one of the cool things about Mass Effect is that it's not a clear black and white most of the time, but you can kind of tell from the context of the conversation, and you can make your own character the way you would in this situation. You're essentially acting as a stand-in for the main character in that way.
Do you know something?
Your people are still newcomers, Shepard. The galaxy can be a very dangerous place. Is the Alliance truly ready for this?
I think it's about time we told the commander what's really going on.
This mission is far more than a simple shakedown run.
So Commander Anderson is voiced by Keith David. You might recognize him from a couple of roles, specifically the commercial guy for The Few, The Proud, The Marines. He has that really strong voice.
I figured there was something you weren't telling us.
We're making a covert pickup on Eden Prime. That's why we needed the stealth systems operational.
There must be a reason you didn't tell me about this, sir.
This comes down from the top, Commander. Information strictly on a need-to-know basis. A research team on Eden Prime unearthed some kind of beacon during an excavation. It was Prothean.
So one of the things that I'm pretty sure you're either rolling your eyes or snoozing through, but more so to me interjecting than just saying get on with it, is that they're throwing a lot of terms that you don't know, and that's kind of the intention. A lot of people, when they first started this back in 2007, I think, or 2008, this game came out late in my high school, early college years. The point of this game being advertised as a big, huge, sprawling adventure that you steadily learn as you continue forward. You don't necessarily need to learn all the details later on, early on, but some of the times you can stop and say, what does Prothean mean? You've already been thrown other terms like the Council, Citadel, the Turians, Nihilists, Spectres. We're about to go to Eden Prime, the First Contact War. A lot of those get fleshed out later at your own pace, but Protheans are pretty important. So what are the Protheans?
I thought the Protheans vanished 50,000 years ago.
Their legacy still remains. The mass relays, the Citadel, our ship drives. It's all based on Prothean technology.
This is big, Shepard. The last time humanity made a discovery like this, it jumped our technology forward 200 years. But Eden Prime doesn't have the facilities to handle something like this. We need to bring the beacon back to the Citadel for proper study.
Obviously, this goes beyond mere human interests, Commander. This discovery could affect every species in Council space.
So now we know Protheans were some ancient civilization, but their technology is still relevant today in the world of Mass Effect. And instead of doing why did we tell the Council, let's go ahead and do I'm glad you're here to help, the Paragon response here.
It never hurts to have a few extra hands on board.
The beacon's not the only reason I'm here, Shepard.
Nihilus wants to see you in action, Commander. He's here to evaluate you.
Like hell he is. You can be really, really gruff if you choose the... We wouldn't call it the bad guy route. You call it the renegade route. I get shit done. I don't care about how people think of me kind of thing.
Guess that explains why I bump into him every time I turn around.
The Alliance has been pushing for
daddy
this for a long time. Humanity wants a larger role in shaping interstellar policy. We want more say with the Citadel Council. The Spectres represent the Council's power and authority. If they accept a human into their ranks, it shows how far the Alliance has come.
You held off an enemy assault during the Blitz single-handed. You showed not only courage, but also incredible skill. That's why I put your name forward as a candidate for the Spectres.
So you could say, oh, you put my name forward and kind of dig a little deeper, or you can give like the more positive
I assume this is good for the Alliance.
Earth needs this, Shepard. We're counting on you.
I need to see your skills for myself, Commander. Eden Prime will be the first of several missions together.
You'll be in charge of the ground team. Secure the beacon and get it onto the ship ASAP. Nihilus will accompany you to observe the mission.
So if we click I'm ready to go, you progress through the story, but you can probe a little bit further on the main points that were brought up on the conversations. As this playthrough goes on, I'm going to be taking my time here, but if there's kind of irrelevant ones or ones that kind of drag on for a little bit, I'll use my own discretion to edit it out. Or if I release this ahead of time and I get feedback that you kind of want to hear them act, you enjoy hearing them talk about the world, the sci-fi world they're in, or if you're like, I don't really care, then we'll adjust things accordingly.
What do you know about the Protheans?
Just what they taught us in school. They were a technologically advanced species that ruled the galaxy 50,000 years ago. Then they vanished. Nobody really knows how or why, though I've heard plenty of theories. But everyone agrees, galactic civilization wouldn't exist without them.
Their citadel is the very heart of galactic society, and without their mass relays, interstellar travel would be impossible. We all owe the Protheans a great debt.
I'd like to know more about Eden Prime before we touch down.
It's a peaceful farming world, but it represents something much bigger. Eden Prime is one of our oldest and most successful colonies. It proved we were ready to face the challenges of settling new worlds, to forge a place for humanity beyond Earth. It symbolizes humanity's growth and evolution as a spacefaring species. And after this, it will be known as the world where humans made a discovery of galactic importance.
Which is the beacon.
Why is this beacon so important?
All advanced galactic civilization is based on Prothean technology, even yours.
If we hadn't discovered those Prothean ruins buried on Mars, we'd still be stuck on Earth. That was just a small data cache. Who knows what we can learn from this beacon? What if it's a weapons archive? We can't let it fall into the wrong hands.
And certain talking points elaborate a little bit further. That's one of the reasons why I do like the overall experience. There's a lot of dialogue, a lot of writing, and really great voice acting to bring these characters in this world to life.
Like who?
The Attican Traverse isn't the most stable sector of Citadel space. There are plenty of raiders and criminal groups active in the region. They might figure a Prothean beacon is worth the risk of attacking an Alliance ship. Plus, Eden Prime is right on the border of the Terminus systems.
The Attican Traverse is under Citadel protection. If the Terminus systems attack, it's an act of war.
Technically, yes. But some of the species in the Terminus might be willing to start a war over this.
The last thing the Council wants is to get dragged into a major conflict with the Terminus systems. We have to keep this low-key.
So that wraps up everything. Low-key or Loki from the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Just
right,
give the word,
I'm ready
Captain.
to go.
We should be getting close to Eden.
Captain, we got a problem.
What's wrong, Joker?
Transmission from Eden Prime, sir. You better see this.
Bring it up on screen.
Get down!
We are under attack, taking heavy casualties. I repeat, heavy casualties. We can't get evac. They came out of nowhere. We need...
Everything cuts out after that. No comm traffic at all. Just goes dead. There's nothing.
Reverse and hold at 38.5.
Uh-oh.
Status report.
17 minutes out, Captain. No other Alliance ships in the area.
Take us in, Joker, fast and quiet. This mission just got a lot more complicated.
A small strike team can move quickly, without drawing attention. It's our best chance to secure the beacon.
Grab your gear and meet us in the cargo hold. Tell Alenko and Jenkins to suit up, Commander. You're going in.
Alenko is the guy who was sitting next to Joker at the captain, at the...
Engaging stealth systems. Somebody was doing some serious digging here, Captain.
Your team's the muscle in this operation, Commander. Go in heavy and head straight for the dig site.
What about survivors, Captain?
Helping survivors is a secondary objective. The beacon's your top priority.
Approaching drop point 1.
Nihilus, you coming with us?
I move faster on my own.
Nihilus will scout out ahead. He'll feed you status reports throughout the mission. Otherwise, I want radio silence.
We've got his back, Captain.
The mission's yours now, Shepard. Good luck!
We are approaching drop point 2.
Ship perimeter secure, Commander.
All right.
This place got hit hard, Commander. Hostiles everywhere. Keep your your guard up.
So this is the first part of gameplay. You can see that it is a over-the-shoulder shooting game where you shoot weapons. You have a variety of different weapons available to you. I'm going to be cutting out the majority of combat since, again, I know my dad may not have the patience for it, but I at least wanted to let you see a little bit of what you get in what your son is going to be doing in between the cutscenes. You still have moments where you can talk to your characters.
Smells like smoke and death.
Oh God, what happened here?
They follow you around. As long as you're not getting shot at, it's not like it's the end of the world.
Gas bags. Don't worry, they're harmless.
Gas bags.
Get down!
Oh yeah, there's other buttons and things. I need to remember how to control the game.
Oh God, what happened here?
Didn't you just say that? It's quiet. Uh-oh.
Rip right through his
Pouring out
shields.
for Jenkins.
Never had a chance.
We'll see that he receives a proper service once the mission is complete. But I need you to stay focused.
Aye, aye, sir.
Jenkins was just on the ship talking to the medical lady. Robots that killed Jenkins. See the name of the enemy, Geth
Got some
Recon
burned out
drone.
buildings here, Shepard. A lot of bodies. I'm gonna check it out. I'll try to catch up with you at the dig site.
So as we walk around doing our shooting thing, it sounds like Nihilus is doing his thing as well. My radar shows 2 other people. Drones. Looks like that's all of them. Oh, who's this? Oh, she's not going down like Jenkins, though. Uh-oh. Ugh. Start the game, but you can be a lot more accurate with the sniper rifle. Oh, looks like my teammate got him.
I didn't think I was gonna make it.
This is Ashley Williams.
Gunnery Chief Ashley Williams of the 212. You the one in charge here, sir?
Are you wounded, Williams?
A few scrapes and burns, nothing serious. The others weren't so lucky. Oh man. We were patrolling the perimeter when the attack hit. We tried to get off a distress call, but they cut off our communications. I've been fighting for my life ever since.
What happened?
Where's the rest of your squad?
We tried to double back to the beacon, but we walked into an ambush. I don't think any of the others... I think I'm the only one left.
You abandoned them. Definitely sounds rough, but remember, we're being the good guy during this.
This isn't your fault, Williams. You couldn't have done anything to save them.
Yes, sir. We held our position as long as we could, until the Geth overwhelmed us.
The Geth haven't been seen outside the Veil in nearly 200 years. Why are they here now?
They must have come for the beacon. The dig site is close, just over that rise. It might still be there.
We could use your help, Williams.
Aye, aye, sir. It's time for payback.
Payback. And now we get to talk a little bit more.
Have you seen a Turian Spectre around here?
There aren't any Turians on Eden Prime. None that I've ever met. Not sure I'd be able to tell if one was a Spectre anyway.
If you saw this guy, you'd know. Carries enough firepower to wipe out a whole platoon. Luckily, he's on our side.
Sorry. Like I said, no Turians.
So Nihilus hasn't been in this area.
What else do you know about the Geth?
Just what I remember from history class back in school. They're synthetics, non-organic life forms with limited AI programming, created by the Quarians a few centuries ago. They were supposed to be a source of cheap labor, but ended up turning on the Quarians and drove them into exile. Well, after that, they just kind of disappeared behind the Perseus Veil. Nobody's really heard much from them since.
Tell me everything you know about the beacon.
They were doing some digging out here to extend the monorail and expand the colony. A few weeks ago, they unearthed some Prothean ruins, and the beacon. Suddenly, every scientific expert in the colony was interested. That's when they brought us in to secure the site. I don't know much about the beacon itself, but I heard one of the researchers say this could be the biggest scientific discovery of the century.
What happened to the researchers at the dig site?
I don't know. They set up camp near the beacon. The 232 was with them. Maybe their unit fared better than mine.
Describe what happened leading up to the attack.
We were sent out a couple of nights ago from the main colony to secure the area. Seemed like a routine patrol, until the Geth hit us. We never knew they were coming.
We already did the and the scientist part, so let's
move
go.
out.
So it looks like we already got a replacement for Jenkins. I'm gonna do a little bit of
The beacon's at the far end of this trench.
gameplay things here. So this is most likely going to be a part that I adjust or edit out. I see more red dots in the... Ash is in the way. I think I can sell her to go there. There we go. Oh, this that shot. Oh, almost.
This is the dig site. The beacon was right here. It must have been moved.
By who? Our side or the Geth?
Hard to say. Maybe we'll know more after we check out the research camp.
Remember,
You think
survivors
anyone
were
got out of here
secondary.
alive?
If they were lucky. Maybe hiding up in the camp. It's just on the top of this ridge, up the ramps.
Change of plans, Shepard. There's a small spaceport up ahead. I want to check it out. I'll wait for you there.
Looks like they hit the camp hard.
It's a good place for an ambush. Keep your guard up.
Speaking of ambush.
Oh god, they're still alive.
What did the Geth do to them?
It's just kind of creepy.
That door. It's closed. Security lock's engaged.
So here's a part of the game that it's a little fun. You can either unlock it by doing a little mini game, or by using a resource that you gather as you play through the game. That one was really easy. So now,
Humans.
oh, survivors.
Thank the Maker.
Hurry! Close the door before they come back.
Don't worry, we'll protect you.
Thank you. I think we'll be okay now. It looks like everyone's gone.
You're Dr. Warren, the one in charge of the excavation. Do you know what happened to the beacon?
It was moved to the spaceport this morning. Manuel and I stayed behind to help pack up the camp. When the attack came, the Marines held them off long enough for us to hide. They gave their lives to save us.
No one is saved. The age of humanity is ended. Soon, only ruin and corpses will remain.
What's wrong with your assistant?
Manuel has a brilliant mind, but he's always been a bit unstable. Genius and madness are two sides of the same coin.
Is it madness to see the future? To see the destruction rushing towards us? To understand there is no escape? No hope? No. I am not mad. I'm the only sane one left.
I gave him an extra dose of his meds after the attack.
So in this game, there's a pretty harsh way that you can interact with the character. In future games, Mass Effect 2 and 3, it's a little bit more clear. But we're
What
not
else
gonna
can you
do
tell
that
me
to
about
Mel.
the attack?
It's okay.
It all happened so fast. 1 second we were gathering up our equipment. The next we were hiding in the shed while the Geth swarmed over the camp.
Agents of the Destroyers, bringers of darkness, heralds of our extinction.
We could hear the battle outside. Gunfire, screams. I thought it would never end. Then everything went quiet. We just sat there, too afraid to move, until you came along.
Did you notice a Turian in the area?
I saw him, the Prophet, leader of the enemy. He was here before the attack.
That's impossible. Nihilus was with us in the Normandy before the attack. He couldn't have been here.
I'm sorry, Manuel's still a bit unsettled. We haven't seen your Turian. We've been hiding in here since the attack.
Oh, so there might be 2 Turians.
Can you tell me anything about the beacon?
It's some type of data module from a galaxy-wide communications network, remarkably well preserved. It could be the greatest scientific discovery of our lifetime. Miraculous new technologies, groundbreaking medical advances. Who knows what secrets are locked inside?
We have unearthed the heart of evil, awakened the beast, unleashed the darkness.
Manuel, please, this isn't the time.
Williams, take us to the spaceport.
You can't stop it. Nobody can stop it. Night is falling. The darkness of eternity.
Hush, Manuel. Go lie down. You'll feel better once the medication kicks in.
Yeah, put Manuel to sleep. Through all this. He won't talk like a crazy person. Oh hey, There's 2 Turians.
Saren. Nihilus.
This isn't your mission, Saren. What are you doing here?
The Council thought you could use some help on this one.
I wasn't expecting to find the Geth here. The situation's bad.
Don't worry. I've got it under control.
Uh-oh. Ooh. The gunshot sounded...
Off in the distance.
Sounded pretty fierce.
Look at the size of it.
Ooh. Must be an evil ship since it's spewing all that dust. Ooh. No time to admire the ship.
Commander, it's Nihilus.
Something's moving over behind those crates.
Wait! Don't shoot! I'm one of you! I'm human!
Sneaking up on us like that nearly got you killed.
I'm sorry, I was hiding from those creatures. My name's Powell. I saw what happened to that Turian. The other one shot him.
I need to know how Nihilus died.
The other one got here first. He was waiting when your friend showed up. He called him Saren. I think they knew each other. Your friend seemed to relax. He let his guard down. And Saren killed him. Shot him right in the back. I'm just lucky he didn't see me behind the crates.
Instead of using what about the beacon, let's
Where'd
use
Saren
them.
go after he killed Nihilus?
He jumped on the cargo train and headed over to the other platform. Probably going after the beacon. I knew that beacon was trouble. Everything's gone to hell since we found it. First that damn mothership showed up, then the attack. They killed everyone. Everyone. If I hadn't been behind the crates, I'd be dead too.
How come you're the only one who survived? Why didn't anyone else try to hide behind the crates?
They never had a chance. I was already behind the crates when the attack started.
Wait a minute. You were hiding behind the crates before the attack?
Sometimes I need a nap to get through my shift. I sneak off behind the crates to grab 40 winks where the supervisor can't find me.
You survived because you're lazy?
Ooh, Ashley. Letting them have it, but...
If you hadn't snuck off for that nap, you'd probably be dead just like all the others.
Yeah, I guess. I don't really want to think about it.
Tell me about the Geth attack.
It was quick. 1 minute that ship was descending, the next, those Geth were swarming over the platform. Thousands of them. They must have been inside that mothership. They shot anything that moved. It was a massacre.
Is there anything else you can tell me about the beacon?
They brought it here this morning. We loaded it up onto the train and shipped it to the other platform. Hard to believe that was only a few hours ago. Feels like a whole other life.
Tell me about this mothership you saw.
I've never seen anything like it before. It was huge. Landed over near that platform. The whole place got dark as it came down. And it was making this noise, this sound that bored right into your brain. That's what woke me up. The attack came a few minutes later.
Alright. So that's
We need to find that beacon before it's too late.
Take the cargo train. That's where the other Turian went. I can't stay here. I need to get away from all this.
Oop. A for awareness. The music's changed up a little bit now that things have picked up the pace. Normally in this game there'd be a lot more tactical movement. Since I have everything on easy mode, I can basically just walk all up on top of the enemies.
Set the charges. Destroy the entire colony. Leave no evidence that we were here.
Ooh. Saren's one of those kind of bad guys.
Demolition charges. The Geth must have planted them.
Hurry! We need to find them all and shut them down.
Plenty of time. It's only 5 minutes. Yeah, let me try. Come down again. I hear it beeping now. Okay, yeah. That's what I missed. My teammates are still shooting at something. Thankfully, ammo is free in this version of the game. Ooh, someone with a shield. Very cool. More charge remaining. That. Can't save when you're in combat, but we're almost done with this section anyways. save real quick. I doubt that I'll lose. There we go. A lot of the early on things are, it's okay, but it's not really like mandatory to do all the side things. Because in a game like this, your objective marker is clearly right there. You want to go check out that beacon that was over there. But in some of these games, they scatter and hide all these little things across all the different areas of the map to kind of pad out the overall runtime. This is one of the things that when I stream, I like to fill this part with some sort of conversation. And what kind of makes me insufferable to watch me play as a regular, like you're in the room with me kind of thing. I still remember my old roommate and my old buddy, Matt Hager. He would say, "Oh, just go over there, talk to the thing," but I know that there's all these different little pickups and things that you can do on your way to the actual, like, progress the story kind of thing. So now we're gonna do this. Oops, sorry.
Normandy, the beacon is secure.
This is amazing. Actual working Prothean technology. Unbelievable.
It wasn't doing anything like that when they dug it up. Something must have activated it.
Roger, Normandy. Standing by.
Why don't I walk towards here? Whoa.
No, don't touch it! It's too dangerous!
CERN ship.
We identified the ship that touched down on Eden Prime. The Normandy, a human alliance vessel. It was under the command of Captain Anderson of the colony.
And the beacon.
One of the humans may have used it.
CERN's mad.
This human must be eliminated.
Oh, this is Daddy
Doctor,
after
Dr. Chakwas,
eating some
I think he's
Carl's
waking
Jr.
up.
Dr. Chakwas, yeah. It's really important.
You had us worried there, Shepard. How are you feeling?
Okay.
Minor throbbing. Nothing serious. How long was I out?
About 15 hours. Something happened down there with the beacon, I think.
It's my fault. I must have triggered some kind of security field when I approached it. You had to push me out of the way.
You had no way to know what would happen.
Actually, we don't even know if that's what set it off. Unfortunately, we'll never get the chance to find out.
The beacon exploded. A system overload, maybe. The blast knocked you cold. The lieutenant and I carried you back here to the ship.
I appreciate it.
Physically, you're fine. But I detected some unusual brain activity. Abnormal beta waves. I also noticed an increase in your rapid eye movement. Signs typically associated
REM.
with intense dreaming.
I saw... I'm not sure what I saw. Death?
What did you see?
Destruction? Nothing's really
Saw
clear.
sales at Smart and Final.
I better add this to my report. It may... Oh, Captain Anderson.
How's our XO holding up, Doctor?
Well, all the readings look normal. I'd say the commander's going to be fine.
Glad to hear it. Shepard, I need to speak with you. In private.
Aye, aye, Captain. I'll be in the mess if you need me.
Sounds like that beacon hit you pretty hard, Commander. Are you sure you're okay?
So here you have more options.
I don't like soldiers dying under my command.
Jenkins wasn't your fault. You did a good job, Shepard.
Chief Williams isn't part of the Normandy crew.
I figured we could use a soldier like her. She's been reassigned to the Normandy.
Yeah, we could use
Williams
more
is a good soldier.
firepower.
She deserves it.
Lieutenant Alenko agrees with you. That's why I added her to our crew.
And then I'm pissed off about the gift. Like, over here, since it's on the left, it sounds a little aggressive, but I don't think it adds towards renegade points.
Intel dropped the ball, sir. We had no idea what we were walking into down there. That's why things went to hell.
The Geth haven't been outside the Veil in 2 centuries, Commander. Nobody could have predicted this.
You said you needed to see me in private, Captain?
I won't lie to you, Shepard. Things look bad. Nihilus is dead. The beacon was destroyed and Geth are invading. The Council's going to want answers.
I didn't do anything wrong, Captain. Hopefully the Council can see that.
I'll stand behind you and your report, Shepard. You're a damned hero in my books. That's not why I'm here. It's Saren, that other Turian. Saren's a Spectre, one of the best, a living legend. But if he's working with the Geth, it means he's gone rogue. A rogue Spectre's trouble. Saren's dangerous, and he hates humans.
Who hates humans, though? Well, I've got a human on board that hates Turians, so now it's even.
Why?
He thinks we're growing too fast, taking over the galaxy. A lot of aliens think that way. Most of them don't do anything about it. But Saren has allied himself with the Geth. I don't know how, I don't know why. I only know it had something to do with that beacon. You were there just before that beacon self-destructed. Did you see anything? Any clue that might tell us what Saren was after?
Just before I lost consciousness, I had some kind of vision.
A vision? A vision of what?
I saw synthetics. Geth, maybe. Slaughtering people. Butchering them.
We need to report this to the Council, Shepard.
What are we gonna tell them? I had a bad dream?
We don't know what information was stored in that beacon. Lost Prothean technology? Blueprints for some ancient weapon of mass destruction? Whatever it was. Saren took it. But I know Saren. I know his reputation is politics. He believes humans are a blight on the galaxy. This attack was an act of war. He has the secrets from the beacon. He has an army of Geth at his command, and he won't stop until he's wiped humanity from the face of the galaxy.
So now we know the stakes, the general, like, overarching villain of the whole thing, and now we're gonna try to figure out how to get him.
I'll find some way to take him down.
It's not that easy. He's a Spectre. He can go anywhere, do almost anything. That's why we need the Council on our side.
We prove Saren's gone rogue, and the Council will revoke his Spectre status.
I'll contact the Ambassador and see if he can get us an audience with the Council. He'll want to see us as soon as we reach the Citadel. We should be getting close. Head up to the bridge and tell Joker to bring us into dock.
So that's basically 2 parts of this gaming experience. You're gonna run around, shoot things, figure out things as you're on deployment, on missions. And then there's gonna be moments like this where it's a little more, not a whole lot of gun shooting and stuff, but you can still walk around, talk to people before you get to the thing that moves the plot forward. Obviously, if I go upstairs, talk to Joker, then that's going to progress things. But Ashley's over here.
I'm glad you're okay, Commander. The crew could use some good news after what happened to Jenkins.
Jenkins was a valuable part of this crew.
Part of me feels guilty over what happened. If Jenkins was still alive, I might not be here.
You're a good soldier, Williams. You belong on the Normandy.
Thanks, Commander. That means a lot from you. I've never met anyone who was awarded the Star of Terra.
Things were pretty rough down there. Are you okay?
I've seen friends die before. Comes with being a Marine. But to see my whole unit wiped out, and you never get used to seeing dead civilians. But things would have been a lot worse if you hadn't shown up.
We couldn't have done it without you, Williams.
Thanks, Commander. I have to admit, I was a little worried about being assigned to the Normandy. It's nice when someone makes you feel welcome.
Don't disappoint me. You got a job to do.
I think you're gonna fit in here just fine, Williams.
Thanks, Commander.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
How did you end up serving on an Alliance ship?
I enlisted right out of med school. Earth always seemed boring to me. Too safe, too secure. I figured the colonies were teeming with exotic adventure. I wanted to travel the stars, tending the wounds of tough soldiers with piercing eyes and sensitive souls. Turns out military life isn't quite as romantic as I'd imagined. But humanity needs the Alliance if we want to keep expanding through the Traverse, and the Alliance always needs good doctors. So I stayed on to do my part.
Ever think you made the wrong choice?
Sometimes I think about opening a private practice back on Earth, or maybe taking a position at one of the new med centers out in the colonies. But there's something special about working on soldiers. If I left the Alliance now, I'd feel like I was abandoning them.
What do you know about Captain Anderson?
I've served with him for a few tours now. He knows when to let things slide and when to crack the whip. The crew knows he's seen pretty much anything they'll ever run into. And he cares about the people under his command.
But it's okay. He looks like Keith David. He looks like Larry Shepard here, so I guess it's fine.
How well do you know the lieutenant?
I'd never worked with him before this mission. But he has an impressive service record. Over a dozen special commendations. Tends to keep to himself, though. Maybe because of the headaches. It's not easy being an L2.
L2, Lorenzo 2, Lawrence 2.
What does that have to do with it?
Well, most biotics now use the L3 implants. Lieutenant Alenko was wired with the old L2 configuration. Sometimes there are complications.
What kind of complications?
Severe mental disabilities, insanity, crippling physical pain. There's a long list of horrific side effects. Caden's lucky. He just gets migraines.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
So there's an example of, like, talking about things that you may not know everything about up front, and also about someone else in the crew, because Caden's right here. I could have asked him about how his migraines and things were, but she was the one who gave me that info.
Glad to see you're okay, Commander.
Looks like he doesn't have anything else to add right now, though, which is fine. Captain Anderson's over here.
Go speak to
busy
Joker
working.
when you're ready. Tell him to bring the Normandy into dock.
I don't think there's anyone you can talk to on this side. Sometimes there's like little conversations and things that happen as you're walking around. And this is Mass Effect 1, which means that we have the elevator right here, but we also have the stairs. You know, we're trying to get our cardio in, try to get our steps in. Elevator takes you somewhere else too. Oh, that was something else. And is Presley? Does he have
Glad
anything
you're
to
okay,
add?
Commander. Losing Jenkins was hard enough on the crew.
There's Seth Green. I mean Joker. So we're going to land at the Citadel, and then we're going to wrap up this session. I told myself I would try to keep these down to hour-long sessions so that it's a little easier for me to do little edits, and that's kind of the trend for YouTube Let's Plays, and I think it would make more sense that if I could splice things down into 20 to 40 minute segments that you could watch. This one obviously being the longest one because it's a lot of like setting the tone and just wanted you to see how the overall experience is. I expect to cut more things out as we go
timing,
further.
Commander. I was just about to bring us into the Citadel. See that taxpayer money at work.
I love Joker so much. Joker's so funny. His quips and things. As you can tell, this is why I always seem to compare, like when you say, oh, you should read more books or read more this. You still get to see a lot of the cool stuff that's happening, and you feel it, and you still have to read it too. Welcome to the Citadel. A lot of species come together.
Look at the size of that ship.
The Ascension, flagship of the Citadel fleet.
Well, size isn't everything.
Why so touchy, Joker?
I'm just saying you need firepower too.
Look at that monster. Its main gun could rip through the barriers in any ship in the Alliance fleet.
Good thing it's on our side then.
Citadel Control, this is SSV Normandy, requesting permission to land.
Stand by for clearance, Normandy. Clearance granted. You may begin your approach. Transferring you to an Alliance operator.
Roger, Alliance Tower. Normandy out.
Normandy, this is Alliance Tower. Please proceed to Dock 422.
Yes, I can confirm this game came out November 16, 2007. So a lot of this was phenomenal at that time. The way the graphical fidelity and everything. We're playing a remastered version that's more modernized and higher resolution and should look a lot better. Runs a lot better too on
This
modern
is an
TVs.
outrage! The Council would step in if the Geth attacked a Turian colony?
The Turians don't found colonies on the borders of the Terminus systems, Ambassador.
Humanity was well aware of the risks when you went into the Traverse.
What about Saren? You can't just ignore a rogue Spectre. I demand action!
You don't get to make demands of the Council, Ambassador.
Citadel Security is investigating your charges against Saren. We will discuss the CSEC findings at the hearing, not before.
Looks like there's a hearing to
Captain
see
Anderson, I see you brought half your crew with you.
Just the ground team from Eden Prime, in case you had any questions.
I have the mission reports. I assume they're accurate?
They are. Sounds like you convinced the Council to give us an audience.
They were not happy about it. Saren's their top agent. They don't like him being accused of treason.
And here's an interesting dynamic. Ambassador Udina is definitely a bit more gruff and rough. So I think if I choose this option here, they're blind, he's a bit more empathetic. But if I use
Saren's a threat to every human colony out there. He needs to be stopped. The Council has to listen to us.
Settle down, Commander. You've already done more than enough to jeopardize your candidacy for the Spectres. The mission on Eden Prime was a chance to prove you could get the job done. Instead, Nihilus ended up dead and the beacon was destroyed.
That's Saren's fault, not his.
Then we better hope the CSEC investigation turns up evidence to support our accusations. Otherwise, the Council might use this as an excuse to keep you out of the Spectres. Come with me, Captain. I want to go over a few things before the hearing. Shepard, you and the others can meet us at the Citadel Tower, top level. I'll make sure you have clearance to get in.
And that's why I hate politicians.
Even in the future, politicians are rough. So, this is the Citadel, and this is a good place for me to do Chapter 2. Really, really interesting talking and situations that happen next. But if you're my dad, thanks for watching. Hope this was good for you to experience or just put on the background while you fall asleep in your chair. If you're anyone else who was just tuning in, thanks for tuning in. Sorry for not engaging a whole lot like a traditional stream. I'm just playing this on my Xbox to kind of get back into the swing of things, and I'll be doing a lot more editing into YouTube, with this being like Twitch being like a middle agent, so to speak, where I get the VOD of this, upload it to YouTube, or download it on my computer before I do the editing and go from there. This is the end of session 1. I'll do session 2 sometime later. And yeah, hope y'all had fun. Yee.